Nick and a group of 30 others went on a trip to Ibiza to celebrate the occasion of some newly graduated doctors entering the workforce. The trip consisted of a lot of clubs and parties, barely any sleep, a boat day, a handful of beach days, and watching the sun rise for 5 days in a row. After his Ibiza trip, he headed straight to Marbella for his best friend's birthday and went to even more clubs before he couldn't handle it anymore. And that's when he said his goodbyes and hopped on a flight to meet up with someone he has never met before in his life. This is Philip. We met online when he followed me on Instagram after watching one of my videos on YouTube. We exchanged a few messages. And when I say a few, it was no more than 5 to 6 back and forth messages before I booked a flight to Berlin to officially meet him in person. He was nice enough to host me on his couch, or should I say someone else's couch, because he was actually subleasing the apartment for the time being. This trip was about to be different compared to the previous episodes because I didn't come to Berlin to party. Although Berlin is known for its club scenes, I came for a different reason, which was to solely meet up with Philip, another filmmaker. I've always wanted another creator friend, because being a doctor myself, or a dentist for those of you who don't think dentists are doctors, I've been surrounded my whole life by people who've studied medicine, and I've always longed for a friend to talk about cinematography. So once I luckily had the chance to befriend a fellow creator, I didn't hesitate to officially meet Philip in person to experience how he lived. So this episode is a story about 2 guys from across the world who became friends.
Hello, I have been couch surfing for the past 4 years, and I'm excited because now Nick is couch surfing with me.
Yes, indeed. Introduce yourself. What's your name?
My name is Philip. I rescue dogs and animals.
Nice.
That's what my most recent videos are about.
That is a nice shot right there.
Once I settled into his place, we spoke hours about filmmaking, our goals and dreams, and shared our life stories. We instantly clicked, and not one moment did I feel uncomfortable being there. I came to Berlin with no plan, and relied on Philip to plan each day.
Hello, we are in Berlin, and we are going to a storytelling event tonight.
For one of your friends who is
Bottom in the world.
my first time meeting him.
And I know I came to Berlin to befriend one creator friend, but Philip was nice enough to invite me to an event his other creator friends were hosting, and I ended up meeting a lot more creators than I expected.
So we're in the subway right now. We're heading straight over.
I'm not gonna lie, I have never paid for a single subway ride ever. Don't cancel me for that.
Yeah, he's gonna get in trouble for this.
Okay, my thinking is that if I don't pay for the subway ride over 14 times, I pay my money back, even if I get a ticket.
Once we arrived, I had the chance to meet people from around the world who traveled a long way to be here for the event. During the event, we had the chance to hear the stories of each person, open up to each other, connect with one another, enjoyed some good laughs, emotional moments, and good food all night.
So what were your thoughts, Philip?
Man, that was a lovely experience. I think in a world where I feel like I just take hundreds of cuts to produce content, it's just nice to go to a place of love. Like, I mean, I make videos online, and I think for me, it's a lot of like pain that I'm producing these videos. Like, I sit at home by myself, don't go out on the weekends, edit by myself, see my friends go out.
Yeah.
And to go to a space where people kind of understand what you're going through, want to have something similar, and to hear and actually actively just learn from each other, it's really cool. I think it's really cool that I get to host you on my couch, because my entire life, people have hosted me on their couch. And I kind of joke sometimes about, I just take and take and take from so many people. And in the last few years, I've had the resources to finally give back and show love. So, you know, being able to host you, being able to host Nick, like I make sure when I book Airbnbs, I usually book a second bedroom actually too.
Well, I just met this guy yesterday too.
Yeah. And I think before this, we had like 5 messages exchanged on Instagram.
Hey, but I trusted you.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know who I am.
Yeah, I trusted you too.
You saw some of my videos.
What's up, brother? What's a video, bro?
One picture, bro.
It's a video.
Go. Oh, one video.
Anyways, we arrived to the gym for a nice late night workout sesh, and I made sure his chest was destroyed by the end of the workout.
Fries and a drink for €6. That's cheaper than Madrid anywhere, for sure. This is a steal. We're robbing this place, guys.
So we just finished the gym. Now we're getting some burgers, some cheap
burgers. Protein.
Yeah.
Get some protein in, bro.
We had some late night burgers and spoke non-stop about life to end off the night.
What's in your mouth, man?
Retainers. They're f***ing hurt. I haven't won them
Look,
so
you're in
long.
pain. Very tired. 2 a.m. So.
It was a good hangout.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot, actually.
I did too. See ya.
For the remaining time I spent in Berlin, Philip and I hung out with the creators that hosted the event the previous day, and I found myself gradually falling in love with the city of Berlin. I felt a sense of comfort. Everyone I crossed paths with seemed to welcome me with open arms. The vibe of the city felt like a place full of non-judgmental people, enjoying life as it is. Everyone treated each other as equals, cheering each other on and stepping outside of the social norm and living worry-free. I really didn't think a place like this existed in today's world. And I was truly grateful Philip was the one to show me Berlin. I might even be wrong about Berlin, and it may be the circle of people I was surrounded by. You see, being in New York City, a city with an excess of everything, and surrounded by people living the fast life, I found myself doing the same, not having time to just relax. After this trip with Philip and seeing how simply he lived, caring only about helping others, it gave me a new perspective on everything. He's truly one of a kind.
Seeing my life online versus seeing it in person, what was the big difference you saw?
Simple, actually. He doesn't wear socks, doesn't wear underwear, has like 2 pairs of pants now. It was 1. And
I have 3 shirts now.
3 shirts.
Yeah, I went from
it was 1
shirt to 3 shirts.
Yeah, but a very, very simple life.
Thank you so much for coming and staying on my couch randomly.
Thank you for letting me stay on this couch, actually.
Yeah, I think my dog liked you a lot.
Oh, we're here.
He has
Let me move
cactus
this.
out.
Cuddled with Chopper all week.
He's a good dog. He's a very good stray.
I don't believe it's a stray. It's a lie.
You think so?
Anyways, Philip, if you're watching this, thank you for showing me the life of a solo traveling creator. It really opened my eyes and gave me the extra push I needed to keep moving forward. This trip was a reminder for me to be more present and appreciate the luxury of the freedom we all have to step out of our comfort zone and truly live. And to all the creators I met on that trip, I'm grateful to have not just one, but multiple creator friends now. So thank you for making me feel at home in Berlin. And now it was time to say goodbye to Philip.
Get the f out of my house.
But not so fast. My trip doesn't end there because I'm still in Berlin, remember? Now I had to head on my flight back to Madrid to attend a wedding with my family.
Okay, I'm back at it with you. Okay, so we are at our wedding of one of our good friends and family members, and my mother.
Fake.
Okay, redo. We are at a wedding right now, and this is pretty much the end of my trip, and I leave tomorrow. So let's just enjoy a bit more of. So let's just enjoy. So let's just enjoy this last day.
Your last day.
My last day. And then I'm heading back to New York. See you later.
But what's a wedding without a good after party? And that's that. I woke up the next day and took my flight back to New York City, officially exhausting all my travel cravings. During my flight, I had a lot of time to reflect on these 3 weeks away from my daily routine, and I knew things were gonna be a lot different once I landed. Okay, so I am back. All in all, this trip was completely eye-opening. I'm extremely glad how everything worked out, and I would not have asked for anything better. I'll see you in the next video.
Oh yeah! I want to break free.